And welcome back to Love Your Food. This week we're doing a super quick and simple one for you. This is candied pecans, and we're going to make these a little bit spicy as well. First things first, I'd like to remind everyone we have an affiliate link with Chef's Temp. I'm going to put a link in the description below, and use code LOVEYOURFOOD to get 15% off your purchase of a kitchen thermometer. But first of all, let's get going with our ingredients. Now, this is going to be a very simple one for these candied pecans. First of all, we've got some raw pecans, some brown sugar, a little bit of salt, some cinnamon, a dried chili pepper, and some black pepper, here's the spice, and some calamondins or calamansis. Now, we have a tree where we grow these. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can use just lime or lemon if you prefer, but the citrus really sort of kicks things up a little bit. So first things first, we're going to add our spices. We're going to add the salt and to the brown sugar, and we're going to grind the spices. Now, if you have stick cinnamon, you can just microplane grate it instead of having to grind it like this, but we just had powdered cinnamon. So we're going to get the cinnamon, the hot chili pepper, we took the stem off, and the black pepper, we're going to add that in there. And then we're going to cut open our little citrus here. Now, like I said, these are calamondins or calamansis. They're really popular in Filipino cuisine. You can buy them sort of as a decorative tree in a lot of places in North America, and you can eat the fruit. It's just fine. You can even eat the zest, which is what we're doing here. Now, if you don't have access to these, you can use the juice of a lime or some of the juice of a lemon, or even some orange juice and some orange peel. But you do want some of that zest in there, so what we're doing here is we're just cutting the whole little fruit up after we take the juice out, and we're adding that in. So we're going to add all of our ingredients except for the nuts. Those are going to go into a hot pan, and we're just going to get this all melted and caramelized a little bit. Now we're going to add a little bit of water to this. The the brown sugar was a little bit clumpy, so we're just going to add a little bit of water and a couple of different times to this just to make sure it keeps everything moving. Now it's going to melt and it's going to soften up and it's going to flow, but we just wanted to give it a little bit of a head start, so we added that little bit of water, which is fine. It's all going to boil off as it cooks and caramelizes anyway. Now, we're not taking this all the way to something like a hard crack candy stage or anything like that. We're just sort of caramelizing everything together. We're getting a nice sort of rich caramel color to it, and making sure that all those flavors kind of intermingle. Now, it's going to start off like this. You can see it's still a little loose. That's because of the water we added and all of the water and all of the ingredients. But soon it will start sort of coming together. The bubbles are going to change shape. You can see here it's getting a little bit more frothy. And this is what it looks like when the water is boiling off. And here the froth has kind of died down and it's getting that kind of glossy sheen. You can see it's a lot thicker now, and this means that a lot of the water has been cooked out. So now we're going to add in our raw pecans. You do want to give them a little bit of time in the caramel because they want to cook just a little bit. You want to get them a little bit toasty in there. So make sure you add them before the caramel is completely reached, hard crack stage or anything like that, so that it still flows when you add the pecans and gives the pecans a little bit of time to cook in there before the sugar burns. So once they're all nicely coated and everything's about the color you want, we're just going to take all of that out. We're going to put it on a parchment-lined baking sheet just to cool. We're just going to set that out to cool to room temperature. And we're just going to let that sit for a little while. Make sure you get all of the nice caramel from the bottom of your pan onto your pecans. And then just put that out. Just let it sit out at room temperature. And once it's nice and cool, once it's come all the way down, we're just going to break that up and put it in some airtight containers. And this will stay good for quite a while in your cupboard. And it's got this really nice kind of crispy texture to it. And it's absolutely delicious. That spice adds a really excellent flavor to it. The citrus juice and the citrus peel also add this amazing flavor. It all comes together to make an amazing snack. It's actually really good if you dip it in chocolate as well. So yeah, we hope you'll give this one a try. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe. And if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. We'd like to thank our patrons. Thank you so much for supporting us. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, I'll put a link in the description below. And remember to love your food.